The demon Democrats has hired all these young people and influenced them into pure straight garbage about some Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Some demon Democrat. And you got these people in our government paying and influencing these children, and we're allowing them to do it rather than kill out both sides and start fresh in the middle and make sure that we can do that, because a lot of you people is going to have grandbabies, and it don't look good that you care that much about your child, especially what we saw going on in the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? And then force this and force that. You know what I'm saying? And then this and that and that. You know what I'm saying? Mandates everywhere and so forth. And people just running and going. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't show much that you care that much about your grandkids. You know what I'm saying? You know, Senator Chuck Schumer is on the antitrust hot seat. Uh, Wait a minute. A, a, a progressive group is airing a new television ad aiming to pressure Senator Majority Chuck the Duck Schumer, you know what I'm saying, line behind into calling a vote on the major piece of antitrust legislation. The latest example of a round of scrutiny on why the New York Democrats seem to be slow walking a bipartisan agreement to crack down on big tech companies. So you really think that Chuck the Duck Schumer is going? He's the Listen. You're asking them to do things. You need to put more pressure on that situation, because that's what they do. Why you think big tech pharma was able to tell us misinformation and disinformation? So we know. You know what I'm saying? Chuck the Duck Schumer ain't no more than a deep state to me and a sellout. To me, he betrayed New York for many, 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 many years. Same with Chris Cuomo. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, with the Cuomo brothers, whether on the CNN News or whatever he's doing, and his brother over there as a governor wrecking our state from state to state. We need to start looking at who we put in office. You know what I'm saying? You're busy giving Lee Zeldin a bad name, but Lee Zeldin would be one of the first people to work out even the Roe versus Wade situation. Kathy Hochul and the Demon Democrats set that up so you vote for them. And that's periodly what it is. Why you think they did it now? Many are surprised at the outcome of the decision of the Supreme Court. So we can't trust the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court only did that working with the Demon Democrats. They are working for the deep state and the Demon Democrat and the Luciferian groups. You know what I'm saying? And they did that in a trickery, because they know it's a trick that will work. You see what I'm saying? But Lee Zeldin would be the best one to put in there to get some balance even on Roe versus Wade, rather than running scared and running up and down. You elect somebody that has some sense. You know what I'm saying? You keep saying that he voted against, but that was the Republican stance. That doesn't mean that Lee Zeldin is going to, when he gets in there, he's going to do that. He's going to make sure that he respects women and the people of the community in more ways than one. Lee Zeldin is basically the best governor that we can have in this state. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And have policies that make sense. And when he comes out, he's going to speak true on that situation. He's not going to be sitting up there saying, Roe versus Wade and this, that. He's going to fight to make changes that satisfy everybody. Yes, Kathy Hochul and the Demon Democrats pulled that stuff along with the Supreme Court in order for people to run to the ballot box and vote for Democrats. It's just another trick. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, whether the Republicans had the stance was that or not, it's still the trick that they're playing, because they know that the Republicans was standing on something to do with that in many ways. You know what I'm saying? So what would you do if you was going to pull one of the greatest tricks you ever pulled? The Supreme Court is probably, a lot of them can be accused of many, many crimes. You know what I'm saying? So what would you do if all of y'all got caught all at one time and the heat was on your neck? you're gonna pull that trick. You're gonna pull that trick. The Supreme Court goes going down Roe versus Wade and say a woman can't have no abortion and so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? What most of the women in the state is going to automatically jump and run. That's just another trick because you're not using your head as to why this trick was played at this particular time. So we know there's a lot of foolish people running around our country. Biden no longer shy in slinging or whatever, slinging out Trump, the the former guy. First of all, you're a liar, you're a cheater, you're a fraudist, you're a sadist, and you're definitely a Luciferian. So when you talk about Trump and so on and so on, he probably have the same group could be probably sometimes accused of the same thing with you, Biden. Sometimes we tend to see the game playing back and forth with no results. So we're beginning to understand that people need to step up and start putting candidates that is going to be there for you. Biden is not there for you because he is along with the Supreme Court trick that we just saw. You know what I'm saying? Of course they're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, the Supreme Court sides with the Republican. All these years till now, when they're under pressure to stay in the office because they want to bring in a totalitarian type Marxist, socialist government. And you're not realizing that they sold you out somewhere here. You know what I'm saying? So any trick to stay in office, they're going to do. You don't understand that. So that is why you would run a vote for Kathy Hossel over Lee Zeldin anyway, because of this trick that they pulled. You see what I'm saying? This is one of the ultimate Luciferian tricks. And we see it. Even with Biden sitting up there with his hand on his mouth with that dumb shit behind of him, he think we don't see that garbage. You know what I'm saying? But we know. You know what I'm saying? So anything he had to say about Trump ain't no different than saying the same thing of his long time party and the garbage they have done to this planet. And are even allowed to happen on this planet. You should see. If we was to show everything the demon Democrats allowed, even going across the planet in Africa, you would be, man, I'm telling you. But you can make your own choices. Remember, your own choices is what got you in the bullshit the first time. Then you jumped again. Now you're jumping again, the gun, and you're about to make the same choice again. That's going to put you right back in to that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because where it starts off with just this, it's going to be something else. Once they get back in tight in the lock zone. You know what I'm saying? The death of a doctor who faced threats over COVID shot in Austria. I heard about that story coming from ABC News. You know what I'm saying? But, come on. That happened. Is that real? Because we have to look, even if it is real, you know what I'm saying? Why would this happen? You know what I'm saying? To throw a bad name again on people who say they're not down with that. It comes out to the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I think she's from Austria. This story took place in Austrian political leader coming out of CBS News. You know what I'm saying? 21 hours ago, remember this late edition. Austrian public political leaders have expressed shock over the death of a doctor uh, who who closed her practice after she reported receiving death threats from opponents of the restrictions and what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so on. So, this is their fault. This lands straight again on the Biden administration, demon Democrats and the Luciferian deep state of this world inside all our governments all across the world. And we're going to talk about it. That's what they meant when they said they were spreading democracy. When they say they're spreading democracy, they're not spreading peace, love, and unity. They're spreading something else. You know what I'm saying? They're spreading their democracy all over the world. But they're calling it this, that, and the third. So now this in your mind, you're saying that they're going over there showing peace, love in the world, I guess doing a mission and an inquisition, and basically going over there and sometimes bombing or taking these people country from them and doing all kind of garbage, saying that they're doing this and doing that. You know what I'm saying? But really, when it comes out that we know that that's not what they're doing. They're using that as a catalyst in even in that word that they're using. How do you spread that? It doesn't make much sense. You know, I because the stuff that you have done, you have caused all these people to have any kind of lash out at us. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing it in the name of all the people. But all the people did not agree with many, many things that the Demon Democrats are going all the way back to LBJ and them, all the way back to John F. Kennedy and them. And a lot of people did not agree with a lot of things that the Demon Democrats were doing in this country and have been doing for many, 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 many years, even before Kennedy and LBJ and them. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the heights of their arena. But if you go back further than that, you see even worse than that. You know what I'm saying? You know, probably even sometimes on both sides. Iranian mother faced 10 lashes after she was convicted for protesting against the death of her son, who was shot during a fuel crisis demonstration. You know what I'm saying? Iran need to, really, you know, a mother once the child has been taken from her in whatever was done to him, we see the heights of these people and these nations on top of these people. You know what I'm saying? And she looks like a beautiful mother. You know what I'm saying? Now we don't know all the intricacies into the situation, but once she lost her son, now you're gonna afford her on top of her sorrow 10 lashes because you say she, protests for her son. So, you're still with the slavish mentality over the goddesses of the planet, Iran. You still haven't changed your ways because we know who you're working for. So don't come with that. You need to really let that woman be. You know what I'm saying? But we see video of fatal attack on African immigrants, shock Italy. This is another story we see where we saw this situation happen.